Have you seen the guy with the neck tattoo of his head connected to a tiny body that's piloting his real body like a Gundam? I love that tattoo. Yes, I have seen that. It is such a banger. I mean, it's like the actual worst thing for him because it is done so well. But man, is it cool. Here, I'll show you. They fucking crushed it. That tattoo looks amazing. He did such a good job with it. I mean, like I said, it sucks for him. It definitely does. I like how they made the little arms swole. Yeah, it was a nice detail. You can tell by his face he hates it. Because conceptually, it's such a silly, fun idea, but then once you have it on your body forever, it's just deflating. It's so cool, though. Reminds me of the Men in Black alien. Yeah, the galaxy is on Orion's belt. One Punch Man is getting a new studio for season 4. Man, I am so tired of this fucking absolute barnacles. What? Brother, no. One Punch Man season 3 is catastrophic. What's going to happen is there's just not going to be another season. All those bait posts or whatever that people are falling for, wake up! It's just there's not going to be a season 4. Bandai doesn't want to put any money into season 3. It fucking tanked. So now there just won't be a season 4. And it sucks, but that's what it is. You have mainly Bandai to blame. Have you seen all the Krafton stuff? Sad that they acquired Tango. No. Let me see. What's been going on with Krafton? Oh my god. Okay, the first article that pops up's got a really silly headline. Krafton CEO allegedly asked ChatGPT to help him find a way out of paying Subnautica 2 devs their bonuses because he wanted to avoid the professional embarrassment of being seen as a pushover. What the fuck? That's so... This can't be entirely accurate, right? No way. The filing claims Kim went so far as to consult with AI to figure a way out of paying, but even ChatGPT told him he was probably stuck. The legal dispute between Krafton and Subnautica designer and director Charlie Cleveland, CEO Ted Gill, and studio co-founder Max McGuire has been dragging on since July when all three very suddenly left. Yeah, we do know this. I've talked about this quite a bit. Today's pretrial brief, available in full, seems aimed at rebuting the claims, alleging that Krafton was fully aware of what was happening at the studio and in some cases had even expressed support for it, regarding Krafton's complaint that Cleveland had effectively abandoned Subnautica 2 to focus on making a movie. Already concerned that Krafton had paid too much to acquire Unknown Worlds, Kim feared that making any earn-out payment to founders would earn him a reputation as a pushover and endangered his position as a CEO. Desperate to avoid such a professional embarrassment, Kim obsessed over finding a way to avoid Krafton's obligation to pay the earnout. The pre-brief claims Krafton head of corporate development Maria Park told Kim that Krafton would likely have to pay the earnout if sales targets were achieved, even if the studio heads were dismissed with cause. At that point, the CEO turned to artificial intelligence to help him brainstorm ways to avoid paying the earnout. ChatGPT likewise advised that it would be difficult to cancel the earnout. A footnote in the filing states that Krafton did not produce the ChatGPT conversations and, when pressed, confirmed that they no longer exist. Uh-oh. The company is claiming that they are not accurate. Okay. An interesting strategy. That's not even the main thing going on with Krafton, by the way. Jesus, what else is going on with Krafton? Explosive Unknown Worlds lawsuit filing claims Krafton created secret task force to execute a takeover. Filing includes Slack messages purportedly between Krafton's CEO and CFO planning a potential takeover? Jesus Christ! What? Wow. Very cool. This is all part of the same thing, but these are all very cool claims. Task force called Project X. Wow. They acquired Tango, Hi-Fi Rush devs, and Krafton is moving to fully AI. Well, I knew they had the Hi-Fi Rush devs. Isn't that old news? Because I remember when Microsoft let them go, they got picked up pretty quickly. Well, quickly, relatively speaking. I'll just type in Krafton fully AI. Oh, here's another one. This is also from 4 hours ago. As Krafton evolves into an AI-first company, the boss of the recently acquired Last Epic Studio says he doesn't think the doom and gloom is warranted. Nothing about PUBG and Subnautica 2 publisher Krafton recent decision to become an AI-first company looks good. The company plans to drop over 180 billion won, 88 million, into the project. Recently stopped hiring new employees and started a voluntary resignation program for its employees in South Korea. Wow, that's scorched earth. They're really going all in. What the fuck? Cool. California type shit. That is very California type shit. In light of today's news about Krafton, Cobbler broke his silence to remind fans on the game's subreddit that the studio is still actively hiring new employees, and in a reply to a Reddit user lamenting the acquisition, he explained the situation. Our options were limited. We needed funding, and our options were looking like A, pivot to working on someone else's IP, B, taking funding elsewhere, where we liked the company less and would stifle our vision for product, or C, join Krafton. D, go bankrupt and actually cease to exist. Now, everyone will call doom and gloom, but I strongly believe long term this will allow us to compete in the space in a much bigger way. Yep. I'm sure it will. All about quarterly profit margins. Yeah, I just don't really understand it though, because I don't think there's been any company that's made a huge AI delve that's ended up being like wildly successful for them at the moment. Not that I can think of. There's some things that are sprinkling AI into product, and it's not like killing them or anything, but I don't think there's any company that's done this and had it work out. At least not that I can think of. Not off the top of my head. Not to this degree. Duolingo tried it, burned all the goodwill they had. Yeah, Duolingo's the other one that did the huge delve here. And has it changed anything for them? I don't think it's made them more popular or anything, but has it like ruined them? Let's see. I don't hear about Duolingo, and I haven't in a long time. The most recent report, Duolingo, well, this is from Duolingo themselves. Duolingo, well, actually, it's investors.duolingo. Surpasses 50 million daily active users, grows 36%, revenue 41% in third quarter 25 year over year. So it seems like it's working out for him. Gabe also announced he got his massive yacht with the basketball court. That's like the least interesting part of that yacht, by the way, brother. His $500 million lot has a basketball court, a lab, a hospital, and a submarine garage. It's like the goddamn Thousand Sunny. It is crazy. It's for research, so it's required. Is it? Is it really for what is he researching? How to game in maximum luxury? Because it also has like 15 gaming stations. The fuck is he researching? He's researching the best three-pointer shots. So true. It is a research ship, and they plan on doing deep-sea diving. Why there's a full medical facility on board. Hey, all power to him, man. I hope it goes well. It's quite the vessel. You have no hope for Elder Scrolls 6 being good. I have no hope that game even comes out. That shit's still like 10 years away. Why would they release a trailer on it so early? Because they were in so much hot water they did anything to placate. That little teaser came out when they were getting shat on by everyone with ass. So they did a desperate Hail Mary by announcing Elder Scrolls 6. Fucking Todd Goober Howard recently just said that it's still like not even anywhere near the realm of reality. That was only like 2 days ago. No, it was 8 days ago, but still. Elder Scrolls 6 is still a long ways off, says Todd Howard. But the Sly Boots says the Oblivion Shadow Drop was a test run and a select few have already played it. Nice. Todd seems so nice, but he just hasn't made a good game in a while. Yeah, he does seem sweet, at least. Any day now they'll drop the One Punch Man Season 3 trailer. Ain't that the truth? Man, Bandai... I've yapped so much about One Punch Man Season 3, but it really is just insulting. Bandai, I don't know why they even have the rights to it. I really don't. They clearly don't want it to succeed. So why do they get the animation rights to it? I don't understand. I just don't get it. Just fucking sell it. Give it to somebody else. To eliminate the competition. I mean, it's a stupid strategy. Like, I know you're joking, but like, the whole thought process of spending as little as possible on your biggest IP only works for Pokemon. It's because Pokemon players have just been conditioned for almost fucking what? Almost 2 decades now, I'd say. No, that's way too egregious. I'd say like a decade and some change to just swallow the most bare minimum dog shit ever and be satisfied. But that only works for Pokemon because they've built up such a crazy legacy. Bandai can't get away with that with One Punch Man. This is only their 3rd season in 10 years. They can't get away with spending $0 and expecting people to be okay with it. That is reserved exclusively for Pokemon fans. Remember the One Punch Man Season 1? Still one of the best seasons in anime. If I had fucking $500 million instead of buying Gabe Newell's super yacht, I would put that entire team together, the One Punch Man Season 1 freelancers that made that possible, and just give them ufotable levels of resources to just keep making anime of that quality. God, that team was unbelievable. That team was actual unreal talent. What happened to them anyways? Well, it was mainly freelancers that made that possible. Like, they had a good studio work on Season 1, but the ones that really popped off, like that made it so crazy, like the Boros fight and stuff, from what I recall, most of that was freelancers. They outsourced it to freelancers. So it was just like a amalgamation of a ton of talent from across the globe. I thought it was Madhouse. Madhouse was the studio that produced it, yeah. And they had a talented team for sure, but if you look up like the credits from episode to episode, you're going to see that a lot of the people that worked on One Punch Man Season 1 were contracted freelancers. All contributing to Season 1 and the glory of it.